she was remarkable and independent woman, but it was more than that. It was facing all the dangers. And she wasn't crazy. A lot of people thought, oh, a woman who lives like that is crazy. But I didn't feel she was rational. I didn't feel she was did crazy things. She was very smart.
En 1985, la rumeur était arrivée à Manaus pour ensuite faire le tour de la Terre. Une femme, blonde aux yeux bleus, vit seule dans la forêt. Après des mois de correspondance et de recherche, je suis partie sur les traces de Heidi à la rencontre de ceux qui l'ont croisée. Partout où je me rends, les arbres forment un lien secret entre elle et moi.
Le moment qu'on est parti sous une pluie tropicale battante, qui est vraiment, c'est violent la pluie, hein, et de partir là avec le bateau loin et de voir cette petite personne blanche dans cette immense forêt, on s'est plus tard encore souvent posé la question qu'est-ce qu'elle est devenue, mais cette image comme on partait, ça n'oublie pas, hein.
And this is where she might have the chair. I remember it was something like this. Very crude that she made, a little chair. And we started calling, Heidi, Heidi, because we saw this look like her hut, and we saw cages with sloths.
Elle n'a pas tourné le dos à son âme, elle a suivi son instinct et s'est enfoncée dans la moiteur de la forêt, sur les bords d'une rivière qui ne sort plus de mon esprit.
Sad. Yeah, it was very sad. That's my first thought. That's what I think about her. It was not a happy place. Or she did not seem happy.
Qui était-elle ? Est-ce que je poursuis mon propre destin ou le sien ? Je doute, mais j'ai dépassé le point de non-retour. Sa cabane sur pilotis devient mon seul horizon.
It was more the relationship with the cartographer that was not healthy. You know, from the way I remember the story, is it was an Indian woman, a native woman who owned that land and originally allowed Heidi to be there. And then that woman grew old. Her children, she had a lot of children, as I remember the story. And so she moved probably to Manaus, that woman, and she sold her land to the cartographer, the German. And this is the way I remember the story. I don't know what's real and what's not. And it was a long time ago, 30 years. The woman was happy to have her, and she was happy to be there. When she sold the land, part of the deal was you had to let Heidi continue staying there. And I don't think he was too happy. And it was interesting because, you know, two Germans out in the middle of nowhere, they couldn't get along. They hated each other. That's what I remember most about that trip.
She was very solitary. And the German couple, they were neighbors maybe 15 feet away or 50 meters away. They didn't like her because the man was working for a road company. They were building roads in the Amazon, so they would cut down trees and then build a road, and he was a surveyor. He had to make sure that the ground level was flat and so forth. And Heidi didn't like or wanted to stop the development of roads and mines when they have to cut the forest, because the sloths live in the tops of the trees. And if you cut down the tree or burn the tree, the sloths die. They have nowhere to go. So she was trying to protect them, and this German couple thought she was a little crazy. You're against progress and development just because you want to save a few of these monkey-like animals. And even though they were both German, and they saw her as the enemy, and she saw them as the enemy. So they didn't talk. That was her life, and she loved it. I asked her, "Aren't you lonely? You don't talk to anybody, no telephone, no electricity, just candles at night to read and then go to sleep?" And she says, "No, I'm so busy, I have no time to be lonely."
Pendant longtemps, j'ai pensé à elle. Je me disais, mon Dieu, je vis là dans ma vie, j'ai plein de choses, et puis j'ai plein d'amis, et puis elle toute seule là-bas, avec ses paresseux. Quand elle est enfin sortie de sa maison, tout en blanche, comme un ange, avec une chemise toute blanche, longue, avec ses cheveux blonds, c'était comme quelque chose de très spécial de voir ça dans l'Amazonie. Nous sommes partis avec la barque et il pleuvait fort. Et elle est restée dans sa porte, elle est rentrée de nouveau dans sa maison et puis elle a laissé un peu ouvert pour voir jusqu'à ce qu'on est parti. Puis elle est devenue toujours plus petite, plus petite, plus petite.
But do you think maybe she was trapped on her own dream?
We all are in a certain way, but yes. Yeah, I mean, who knows? She started something and then wanted, we all start something and then who knows why we stay with it.
Elle vivait pour étudier la vie, les sentiments de cet animal. C'était une chose, la dédication complète.
Mais retournons. Elle n'est pas allée au Brésil pour faire ça. Elle est allée pour se divertir, pour passer ses vacances. Elle n'avait pas aucun plan de ce type. Mais elle fut séduite par des yeux profonds d'une paresseuse. Et elle a pris les responsabilités, disons, d'une maman.
She write all the things about the animals, about her life. She write everything in the book. And she showed me she have a hole there with a box. And she showed me, she said, if something happened, I will put in there the book if something happened. So I looked, the hole was open, there was no book.
Elle, qui vivait loin des autres, relie à son insu des êtres éparpillés sur la planète. Un cercle que je remonte à la surface comme un trésor enfoui.
Wenn jemand kommt, wenn sie das Motor vom Boot hört, versteckt sie sich am Wald. Dann bin ich so vorbereitet gewesen dafür und kam ich langsam mit dem Boot an. Ich habe das Haus gesehen. Sie war natürlich nicht da. Und da habe ich geschrien, Heidi, ich habe Post für Sie da, vom Konsul. Da kam sie so nach einiger Zeit ganz langsam, ja, hast Post gebracht und so, da kamen wir ins Gespräch. Nicht? Und das war so die Form, die ich gefunden habe, mehrmals die Heidi zu besuchen, dass sie mich akzeptiert hat. Das war vielleicht mehr als 10 Jahre lang, habe ich die Heidi besucht. Sie hat sich wirklich isoliert und für die Faultiere gelebt, in ihrer Art, in ihrer Sicht. Und das hat sie ganz konsequent gemacht. Sie ist nicht eine Person, die ein paar Monate im Urwald lebt und dann wieder zurückgeht nach Hause und dann wieder in den Urwald geht. Sie war ganz konsequent, mehr als 15 Jahre lang in dieser kleinen Kabane, nicht, da im Urwald gelebt, wie ein Urwaldmensch, nicht, genau wie die Caboclos dort. Dasselbe gegessen, dieselbe Art von Leben. Und das ist erstaunlich für eine Person, die aus München kam, nicht? Also sie wollte in ihrem Traum leben, nicht? Also sie hat für sich einen Traum aufgebaut, das wollte sie leben.
Please make sure we're on 4 sides. Excellent, you stay a uniform member of the crew, and all doors are open.
Thomas, Craig, what up? Hey, so I'm with Mélanie, young man. I'm looking at images and talking with her. Fascinating story, digging back into one's memory. Can I come by there with Mélanie on Thursday? I want to see what else is in those files. They gotta be, no one can. Anyways, right, all that shit, no? But do you mind if I bring her by Thursday? I'll accompany her. I'm just curious what not, just talking through this story and trying to remember some stuff. Fuck, Heinz. We'll be in the back. We'll stay in the back corner somewhere. Because I'm fascinated now just sitting here talking with her for the last 10 hours. No, last hour. Just trying to jog my own memory. So, he had to. Yeah, I mean, don't go crazy. I'll go back through the photos. I would just, and it's kind of fascinating what Melanie's trying to do. Since she's traveled all the way from the North Pole just to come here for a couple days to view it. All right, cool. Right. All right. So. All right, cool, man. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate it. All right, thanks, brother. I'll see you then. Bye.
Yeah, nice. These were, what'd he say?
It's so different in color.
Yeah.
It's like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh Heidi. She was a good friend of me. I was the one woman here in the Amazon who visit her. No, not see.
But Elita, why did she decide to live so far away from everything?
The same. The same what I also have. Now people ask me why. Really, we cannot, or I cannot say it why. I like the life. The life is free in the nature. If you don't have to live in the town, you live really free.
No rules.
There's nothing who comes to your brain, who makes you crazy or your looks. No, it's everything integrated in the nature. So it's very peaceful for inside.
Il faut faire bonne figure face à l'inconvénient d'être né. Elle a choisi l'audace de construire son idéal en acceptant les difficultés inhérentes à des décisions extrêmes. En s'éloignant de la société, elle s'affranchissait de ses normes, se désencombrait de ses attaches, elle s'est retirée du monde et j'ai parfois l'impression de la ramener de force dans la lumière, de la trahir. Mais une nuit, elle est venue dans mes rêves. Je l'ai observée déposer des morceaux de charbon et quelques bougies le long des berges d'une rivière claire, comme une autorisation pour moi de poursuivre.
Elle a été très claire. Son intention était de retourner en Allemagne. Elle a très bien dit ça. Mais face aux yeux de la paresseuse qui la regardait, elle a dit « j'ai pas résisté, je l'ai pris ». Et l'ayant pris, je suis retourné à l'hôtel et je ne savais pas quoi faire. Alors c'est à partir de cette ignorance d'un côté, d'autre côté, de ce nouveau devoir qu'elle avait, qui était de maintenir cet animal en condition, qu'elle aura développé toute une série de connaissances qui l'ont emmené jusqu'au lieu qu'elle a choisi. Ce lieu était assez éloigné de Manaus et extrêmement difficile à atteindre.
Être exactement au bon endroit, au bon moment, et avoir l'humilité de se rendre compte qu'on n'y est pour rien, mais que ça arrive quand même. Sans aucune cohérence, j'avais choisi de m'éloigner de Manaus pour me rendre dans le village de Novo Airão, pourtant bien plus éloigné du Rio Cuyeras, le but de mon voyage. Je n'avais aucune coordonnée, juste une croix sur un plan. 2 jours après mon arrivée en Amazonie, sans aucune piste, je trouvais l'homme qui visitait le plus souvent Heidi. Ces mots, le gérant de l'hôtel dans lequel je logeais.
What I found out, really what I believe was she was doing that only for fun. She likes the animal and feed them. She have the animals in the house, on the bed sometimes, and on the trees around. So when we came with the group, she come and very gladly showing us the animal and talking about this, and it was nice.
And do you think she was happy with her life?
I think so, yes. I always wonder why a woman could be happy without a man, you know, and probably she didn't meet me before. Just a joke. but I wonder, not myself, but several people say, how could a lady with a good appearance and so on could be happy like that? But she was very happy. If you love nature like I do, I understand. Like this morning when we wake up, all these sounds, you know, and I think it's fantastic, you know, all those voices around you, like singing for you, something like that. And once I didn't believe she liked those animals because these animals are so slowly. I understand people like a dog, like a cat, you know, that's very active, but as animals, so. But once I come, and when she hold the animal was licking her hand. So I understand this animal has some feeling. Mm-hmm.
J'espérais retrouver sa cabane depuis 2 ans. Je m'accrochais au maigre espoir qu'un caboclo y vive et maintienne l'habitation en état. Plus je m'approchais du lieu de vie de Heidi, plus mon esprit était envahi de sa présence, à tel point que j'ai fini par la voir.
She was sick and she write a letter for me and give for some people, but they lost the letter and they don't come to me to tell it. So then I met one guy and he said, she don't live more.
In the beginning, she didn't have much experience, and this area here is very poor. She could catch some fish. I think I am a good fisherman, so always when I catch some fish, I would bring to her. And sometimes right in front of her house, I caught a fish. I said, oh, damn, I fish here hours and I don't catch a fish. So I think she has sometimes a little problem getting something to eat. So I think was a good for me to travel here. She make a list when I come to Manaus, the things that I should bring here, and always 2 bottles of wine.
That also, one time she says to me, she say, oh, Elita, I am like the sloths. Because she was so, if she cook, there was the beans go on her, the birds comes near, the beija flor come very near to her to look for her eyes. It's very, if you live in the nature, you have all the peace around you, and I think that is what's keep us here.
And the house was behind it. So do I want to use the shoes?
Yeah. And then there was no more nothing. The roof, everything they stole. The guys, geladeira, the fridge, the books of her, they put fire, vandalism. It was stole everything.
I never thought I would stay such a long time in the Amazon jungle, but it had to be for being a very gentle and helpless and misunderstood animal.